Welcome to CAD-134. I'm Joe Cerrone,
And I'm Al Rosen.
and we're going to go through today and we're going to talk to you about getting started with basic AutoCAD for interior design. We will have an orientation meeting tomorrow, September 8th at 10 a.m. Your attendance is not required, but we'll go through and talk to you about how the course will run. But we thought we would make a quick introductory video today just to let you get an understanding of what we're going to be up to. So this is the main splash page, which will communicate what work we need to do. The textbooks that we will be using will be AutoCAD 2015 for interior design and space planning and AutoCAD Architecture 2018 Fundamentals. And so the way that the course is set up is that we do basic 2D drawing work in the beginning, and then we start introducing architectural desktop into the course because it's got a lot more added components for doing interior design work. You can get these books on Amazon, and you can buy them new or you can rent them, etc. So we're going to start with getting started using D2L. We'll look at the syllabus. We'll go through the outline of topics. We'll review how to install the student software. And then we'll look at chapter 1 and 2. Okay. So if we go to the content tab, and then we go to our table of contents, we'll start with the course syllabus. The PDFs load faster, so we'll load this one first. So Alan Rosen and I will be teaching the course. Use D2L to email us. And email us both if you have a question. Course is CAD-134 Basic AutoCAD for Interior Design. There are no prerequisites. Course introduces computer-aided design with emphasis on interior design applications. And we'll use the computer, basically AutoCAD, to draw and plot floor plans, lighting plans, electrical plans, elevations. And we'll just go through basic things like how to set up a drawing, how to edit a drawing, how to use effective layering systems, how to dimension, how to use blocks. So as we look at the objectives, we'll create a portfolio. We'll have a design project that we'll work on, and we'll work on both 2D and 3-dimensional drawing work. Academic integrity, that's basically given to you in the student handbook. We'll go through the outline of topics shortly. Methods of evaluation will be a straight 90, 80, 70, 60 based on your scores for the labs. If you have any documented learning or psychological or physical disability, you are entitled to accommodations, and we'll be happy to point you in the directions for that. And so Oakton is a safe place. And if there is anything that you need, feel free to contact Elle and I, and we'll get you set up with someone that can help support you. So that's our basic syllabus. We come back to our table of contents. We'll take a look at sequence of topics. So we'll be starting on the 8th with an introduction to AutoCAD. Chapter 1, and we'll go by the textbook. We'll be using that Kiplinger textbook, AutoCAD for Interior Design. And we'll start with the first 2 chapters. The first chapter doesn't really have a great deal of content. It's mostly just about Windows fundamentals and the computer. And then we'll go into chapter 2 and chapter 3 next week. And then from there on, we'll kind of cover a chapter per week. We'll have a midterm on October 20th. We'll have Thanksgiving break, November 26th. We'll introduce a final project the week before Thanksgiving on the 17th. And then we'll have that final project due on the 15th. The final exam for the course will be on December 8th. And so the last day when all work is due is December 15th at 11:30 p.m. Right, Al?
Yes.
Okay. AutoCAD software. Students will need to download the AutoCAD software and the architectural desktop. And so there's information in here on how to do that. We'll be using the educational versions for that. And essentially you will create a login if you have not done so. I can sign in here with mine. And that'll give you access to the CAD software. And so if we go to
Get software, get products.
right. And we'll get AutoCAD right here. They do have a version for the Mac, but it does not look the same as the videos that we do for the tutorials for the Windows-based. So if you are a Mac person, what we recommend you do is that you get a Windows partition on your Mac if you want them to look the same as the videos. The school basically uses the Windows version in class, and the course has been set up that way. So you can use the Mac, but it does look different. So we recommend you download the AutoCAD right here, and then the AutoCAD architecture.
It's inside AutoCAD.
So it's right in here, Al?
Yeah,
so it is in there. Okay, so if we click here, it doesn't seem to link, but those are where we'll get those. And you'll be able to install those. So switching back over to our outline of topics.
And Joe, where it says how to install your software, if you click on that one moment, please, real quick, that one, yes, please. And here's a breakdown how to do what Joe just mentioned to you, and how to log in, and etc. like that to go along with it.
Excellent, very good. And then if you do have any difficulty, you can email Al and I, and we can have a Zoom session with you if you do need some help with the software. But the installation of the software will definitely be needed. So we recommend you get on that as soon as possible. Again, we'll be starting off with this book right here. The book is great. We've been using it for over 10 years, but they don't have a 2020 version out. So we'll be using the 2015 version. It's the best we can do at this point. And so we do have the PDFs for those set up for you, at least the first 3 PDFs until you can get the book. All right, so that is the syllabus, the outline of topics, how to get the software. Let's take a look at chapter 1, or we can look at the book. Let's look at the book and then we'll work these top to bottom. So in D2L, we'll be working this from the top to the bottom. And here's the table of contents. And so essentially the first chapter goes through just basically how to use AutoCAD, the command line, toolbars, viewing and display options, etc. And then in chapter 2, we start getting into some of these drawing tutorials, how to save drawings, working with units like feet and inches, layers, line types, line weights. There's quite a bit of technical aspects to using AutoCAD. And we've been doing this for a while, so we'll make sure that we cover the topics in a way that students can understand. Chapter 1 basically goes through the interface. And how the windows are set up. And then chapter 2 starts going into some of the objectives, like beginning a new drawing, using function keys, how to save a drawing, And then there's some basic tutorials in here. And so we'll create these YouTube videos that'll give us chapter summaries, and you can look at those. And so I'll do these 10 to 15-minute chapter summaries that just talk about what the author is doing in these chapters, and we'll have those posted in the chapter that's associated with them. So we'll go through these chapter 1 PowerPoints, and then I will post a video review for chapter 1. And the same thing for chapter 2. Chapter 2 has our first set of drawing assignments. And so we'll be working with this drawing here and then these other drawings as well. We'll have a title block for that, and then we'll have the actual assignments for those. And I'm going to need to switch over to instructor view, Al, because I need to show the actual PDF with the assignment. Somehow it's not showing, so let me get that.
No problem.
So right here, our lab didn't show up, so let's turn that on.
Yep.
There we go. And we'll go back to student view.
Little glitch, you know, we're human.
So in chapter 2, we'll look at our questions for the projects. And so we'll assign the questions from the end of the chapter. We're in the process of converting these to be electronic. Right now, we're just going to go with the end of the questions. You can scan them, or you can just type them in on a word processor. And then the drawing assignments. And so we have tutorials for these. Draw the full sizes, the shapes as shown in figure 2-58. Use the dimensions shown. And so we have tutorials set up that'll show you how to use Save As to start a new drawing. Then we'll save it as chapter 2, P1. We'll set the units to architectural, set the limits, grid display. And essentially the drawing will look like this when we're done. We can turn off the grid. And so the job will be to create a drawing of these different shapes. And so, for example, if I wanted to come over here and draw on layer 0 with a line, and then with an arc, whoops. And then with another line. And we could go through this, but essentially we'll go through how to draw with AutoCAD.
And some of you might know how to use AutoCAD already. That's a bonus for you.
True. And it looks like it's going to fight with me today on the arcs.
Yeah.
So getting there. All right. So we have these tutorials for how to do these exercises. And so that's exercise 1. And here is exercise 2. And I think we'll just leave these in model view, Al.
Okay.
And then exercise 3 and 4 and 5. And so we have tutorials then in the D2L for these different exercises, and the instructions are given to you right by the book. And then if we go to chapter 2,
pass it up there.
Here's our videos.
Yep.
And so exercise, here's the first one. Exercise 2-1. And so Al and I have gone through, I usually do the lecture components and the videos, and Al does the organization and
Rating and all nice little things go along with it.
all the rest of the stuff. And so this exercise shows you how to go through, use AutoCAD, and how to draw these particular shapes, which you will go through and do. And then what you'll do is you'll save those files and turn them into the assignments folder. And so here's chapter 2. And so here's exercise 1. Drawing shapes, exercise 2. And the videos for those associated. So that'll be our first assignment. And we will post that information here on the main splash page. With that, Al, I'm going to ask you, is there any other material that I should cover in our brief introduction?
No, that's it. Just sit back, enjoy, have fun, and you will learn a lot from us.
All right, so I'm going to stop the recording of this video. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Bye now. See you then.
See you then.